Welcome back to my channel, the GolfCon AI Guy. And today we're wrapping Ohio State for March Madness, but let's get to the madness of writing a proposal. As we all know, writing proposals is lengthy. It takes time, takes efforts, takes a lot of resources. So back in the day, companies, specifically the ones with a lot of cash, used to hire employees, hire teams to write proposals for them. They would also get consultants to review these proposals, and the loop goes on and on. Luckily, in this day and age, now we have tools like AI tools that can help us write these proposals and have our process to be a lot more efficient. And now we can finally find a way to write proposals without breaking our bank using AI, of course. So in this video, I'll talk about 5 prompts that will stack up for your winning proposals. So what is the problem with traditional proposals? The first one is that it's very time consuming. Proposals used to take weeks to write. And that's what makes bidding so expensive. Time is money, essentially. The second thing is that favors large companies. As I mentioned, it takes a lot of resources. So the system benefited the rich companies that have enough cash flow to write these proposals, which goes to the same point that is resource intensive. So hiring proposals writers is costly and often unnecessary. But why am I making this video? Why isn't just one prompt enough? Well, a single prompt is not enough because it lacks details. Single prompts produce proposals that are not detailed enough for reviewers. So when you're just asking ChatGPT, for example, write me a proposal for this contract, it's going to lose a lot of the details that you need to be mentioned. And also it will be making stuff on its own based off searching the web, scrubbing the web, and that's how it's going to provide these information that could be very much irrelevant. It also misses the reflection. What is reflection? Which is better results come when AI reflects on its work and it improves it. And I'll touch on this later, but it's very important to see how you can loop in and cycle the feedback that you give to AI. So you don't want it to be one shot. No, you want it to be giving you an output, providing feedback, providing a different prompt, and then it provides another output. You review that, you give feedback, you provide an output again until you have a full-on solid contract, and that feedback loop is what's so important. Lastly, tool matters. So Claude usually outperforms ChatGPT and Gemini for proposal writing. However, there's also an AI tool that is one-stop shop for all government contracting and proposal writing as well. So stay tuned so you can take a look at that tool. Let's get to the prompts. Prompt number 1 is creating the outline. So you want to create the outline to make sure that every section is based off what you need, and when you create the outline, you're essentially engineering the prompts long term. So you're feeding the AI one stack of information, but you know that every section from the outline is exactly how you want it to be. And the first thing for creating the outline is you're going to tell the AI as an expert, you're going to tell AI to act as an expert proposal writer. So the first thing that AI will understand is going to write using the tone, using the language, using the terminology of an expert proposal writer. The second part of the outline is to provide context. It's very important to include as much as you can regarding the context, regarding your business and your company profile, essentially. Your company name, address, UEI, cache code, customer name, proposal instructions. Feed it as much as possible. The more you feed it, the better the output will be. Last thing last, the statement of work, the SOW or the PWS, to demonstrate understanding the work. And if you include all 3 parts, you will have a full, complete outline. Prompt number 2 is writing section by section. So when you write each section on its own, you can be very specific. So you can ask for detailed and thorough content, and you should include in your prompt to ask for detailed and thorough content. Let's say we get to the pricing section. Okay, now write the pricing section. I want the pricing section to be very detailed and thorough content based off my company profile, the information I provided you, and the instructions from the RFQ, for example. Second thing is define your tone. I want the detailed and thorough content to be formal tone that matches my company branding, that matches my past performances, etc., etc. So you want to specify exactly what tone you want this proposal to be written in, because if you don't specify the tone, it could write it as a college essay, it could write it as a job application or a resume. So specifying the tone and giving the vibe to the AI is very, very important. Last thing last, requesting active voice. So you want to also ask for clear active writing for stronger proposals. So three main things to mention when you're writing section by section is detailed and thorough content, formal tone that matches my company branding, and lastly, clear active writing. When it comes to prompts number 3 and 4, it's the magic revision. So step number 1, evaluate. Ask AI to review against evaluation criteria. So you can provide the evaluation criteria and ask it, okay, thank you for this proposal. Can you compare the proposal to the evaluation criteria? And then provide me the weaknesses of the proposal compared to the evaluation criteria. You can list it whatever you want. I like to list it with bullet points to make it easier for me to read the weaknesses. So once AI spot the areas of improvements, you can ask questions. Okay, thank you for this. Is it better to remove this part? Is it better to add on this part? What can I change at this part? Expand this part, summarize this part, shorten this part. So request as much information as possible to strengthen your proposal. Last thing last, once the loop is done, you want to revise the improvements as a whole for the proposal based off the evaluations and the questions. Now, prompt number 5 and the finishing touches. So you ask to create a compelling introduction proposal. So you ask AI to create a compelling introduction to the proposal, and that could usually be the cover letter, the executive summary, etc., etc. You would want to do the introduction after you do the proposal itself, because the introduction is going to read through the proposal and grab the most important hooking information that's going to differentiate you from other competitors and put that in the introduction. Now, step number 2 is a human review. This step doesn't matter however strong your AI skills are, you still need a human review. Imagine this, you hired someone to write a proposal for you. Before you submit it to the officer, let's say, you're going to go and you're going to read it and review it before you submit it yourself, because no one's going to know your company more than you. And never trust AI blindly. So always have a person to check the AI's work. Last thing last, you want to check the compliance check. If there's a checklist that is coming with the proposal, that's great. If not, you can create one using AI as well. And you can verify all the required elements that are included just to make sure you're not disqualified. So what do we take from all of this? Start using AI for your next proposal. You're going to save a lot of time, you're going to reduce a lot of the cost, and you're going to win more contracts. Now, let me show you the one-stop shop that I mentioned earlier on how you can generate proposals a lot faster without having to do the single prompts on and on and on. So this tool is called Samsearch, and you can access it from samsearch.co. I'll leave the link in the bio. Once you find a proposal that you like, once you find a contract that you like, you can go ahead and just click on Generate Proposal. And the first step would be generating the outline. So from here, you can uncheck or check the attachments from the contract that you want to choose to be included in the outline or no, or also what you have in your company profile. So I have set up my company profile earlier, and I have my white paper, my past performance statement, and my capability statement indexed from earlier, along with my company information and my business description as well. And here are the indexed documents. So to go back to the outline, we're just going to leave everything checked and we're going to generate the outline. Now that the outline is generated, we can take a look at each writing plan, which is the prompt of every section, and we can skim through it really fast. And what we can do is we can edit any section, we can edit the writing plan, increase or decrease the length of the pages, and change the title if we need to. Once that's done, we can just go ahead and generate a proposal for it. Now the proposal is going to start writing on its own. It's going to take a few minutes for it to write. You don't have to sit and wait. You will be notified by email when it's ready. So I'm going to skip straight to the part once it's done reading. Alright, back to it. Now that the proposal is all done and ready, we can see here that it's all written. And what we can do is now we want to start the feedback loop. as I mentioned. So we can also use the AI as chat assistance here. And what we can do is we can highlight a specific section, and then we can chat with that specific section that is highlighted and ask it for more information, whether to summarize and write differently, for example, just an example prompt. And now it's going to summarize it for us, and as we can see here, it written it separately. What we can also do is we can take another section, for example, like the pricing strategy. We can highlight that part, and then we can ask it to, and now we asked to make a table of this information, and it will be giving us a quick table of the information that we wanted. And of course we can copy and paste that into the proposal and edit the proposal right on the text editor. Once we're all done with our feedback loop, we can go ahead and download the proposal as a Word document, cross the fingers, and bid on the opportunity and wish that we win it. So that is it for my video. Hope you enjoyed the prompts. Please let me know if you found anything helpful. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel if you want more AI government contract related content. And happy bidding.